That is a lot of dirt bike gear. This is what I use and a little bit extra. And in this video I'm going to walk through what I, as a 56-year plus old vet rider, is using. At my age you start to get fragile and it takes time to heal, so I'm wearing a lot of protective gear. I will walk you through what I wear. The first I am putting on when I shall go to ride is padded shorts. Why do I wear them? Yeah, when I crash, most of the times I'm of course landing on the hips. So here are some padding, and there's also padding in the back. There are alternatives to wearing these kind of shorts. These pads, you can put them inside your pants, so then you have protection here. I don't like that because they are very, very thin. So the next I am putting on, that's the socks. There are different variations of socks, but I am wearing these long ones, kind of stay-ups. Who knew that I would wear that? And they have some kind of rubber silicone or something here, so they are staying up. That's why I say stay up. You can also wear the normal socks. I have those too, but I couldn't find them. That goes to just under the knee. But what I like with these is that they collect some sweat and it's not scratching from your knee pads when you're using that. So that's why I wear these socks. Next up are the knee protectors. There are different types of knee protectors, but I'm wearing these hard ones. There are soft ones like they use when they play handball and volleyball and stuff like that, and then you have these. And then the next step is the knee braces. I have chosen these medium ones from Acerbis, and they have served me well. They are very comfortable, and as you can see on this one here, it has taken a bit of beating, so it is really good to wear knee protection. Next is the trousers. As with most of the gear, there are different types and brands, of course. There are the slim fit, which this is not, and this is kind of a little bit loose fit, and these are from Leatt, and they are really comfortable, a little bit hot here, and that means also that you can purchase different if you are in a hot climate or if you're cold. Next up, that's the boots. There are different types of boots. These are Enduro. That means that there are also for motocross. The big difference between motocross and enduro is the sole. You have a lot more grip in the sole on the enduro version, and they are a bit more comfortable to walk in because you are kind of walking a bit more in enduro and hard enduro and pushing and shoving your bike around. But there's also a little bit less protection when it comes to flex from jumping and stuff, because you are not doing supercross maybe and not jumping that much. And these are the Alpinestars Tech 7 Enduro, where there are different levels of protection and quality, of course. And if we talk about Alpinestars, they have Tech 3, Tech 5, Tech 7 and Tech 10. So the higher up you go, the more protection, and of course the price goes up as well. This is the first gear that you shouldn't cheap out on, because your feet are very close to the ground very often. You can hit rocks and stones and trees and roots and a lot, and that can hurt a lot. I know. Even if you wear these protective boots, it can hurt sometimes. So don't cheap out on them. And also, the fit is very, very important. Don't just go to marketplace or something to find something cheap. They need to fit you. So they will not hurt you, and if they are too big up here, it will come in a lot of dirt and stuff, and you don't want that, I believe. And now we got to the upper body, and I'm wearing a full body armor from Leatt, as you can see. As I mentioned before, I'm starting to get older, and with that I'm getting more fragile and it takes longer time to heal. And here riding in the tight jungle, I'm hitting a lot of trees with my shoulders and my elbows, as you probably can see of the marks on this one. And this full body armor is protecting more or less every part of my upper body, and this has helped me a lot when I have crashed. And when you are going, you don't need to go fast, but when you're falling onto the ground, it hurts. I can promise you, it hurts. So then it is very good to wear this. And you can believe that maybe it's very, very hot to wear this. As long as you're riding, it is actually not bad. It's really good airflow in this one, but when you stop, if you crash, when you need to lift your bike up, yeah, then you will feel it, of course. Normally, I don't wear any t-shirt under when it's hot, like it is here in Thailand, but just for the video, I'm wearing the t-shirt. So with many things of the protective gear, there are different levels of protection. This is the full body armor. This, I would say, is the mid-level, where you have protection in the front and for your back, and a little bit to the sides. This one, of course, it's pretty good because it's not so hot, and you think that this one could be a lot better movability when you're wearing, and if this one could be restrictive, but this is not restrictive at all. There is a third one as well that is called more or less roost deflector. For Supercross and so on, they are wearing just the protection here. Many times you can see when they have been riding, they don't wear anything on the arms, and they have got rocks and stones here, and that looks like they were shot with a gun or something. So you need to find something that suits you well. I'm not wearing this one very often anymore. I like the full body armor. If you choose to not wear the full body armor, then you might not have elbow protections. Then you can go for separate elbow protectors, and you are hitting your elbows a lot into the ground when you're crashing. So I don't ride without these. So this is another option if you don't go for the full body armor. As you can see, the next one is the jersey. And those are also coming in different models and shapes. And this is, of course, all of them are a bit of a stretch. They are differently much ventilated, and this is probably not the best choice for the hot climate here. There are also different models. Some are slim fit and some are loose fit. That is up to your preferences, what you like. And the ventilation here in Thailand, it is a little bit better if I could have a bit more ventilated. But this one is pretty okay, and I chose to buy a set with the pants and the jersey, so it's matching. So we have gotten to the gloves, and I have also chosen from Leatt. These are a very, very thin model. That is what I like. Then I feel I have a good feel from my grips and my levers and the throttle and so on. And it's just to choose what fits you well, and if you want to have them thicker or thinner like this. These can also be used with a phone, and that can be helpful when you're riding enduro, because sometimes you're using your phone for navigation and so on. So now we have come to the helmet, and this is of course the most important safety gear you're wearing. So this one you cannot cheap out on, and the fit is extremely important. So it's fitting you well. It cannot be too small or too big. If it's too big, then it can move around on your head, and that's not good. So it shall be a bit snug, so it sits where it should be. I am using the Just One, and this one has been very good to me. Here in the tight jungle, I'm hitting my head into trees pretty often, trees and branches and stuff, and I also have had some hard hits into the ground when I've been crashing, and I haven't had any visible problems with my head yet. So there are different levels in safety and protection, of course, with this. More or less, you could say, the more you pay, the better protection you get. And this is something that you should not cheap out on. And if you hit it very hard, so there are really big marks in the helmet, then you can't use it anymore. And all the padding inside here is removable, so it's easy to wash, so it's always fresh. So this is the Just One helmet, and this one has served me well. This is not the lightest helmet in the market, but it's offered me pretty good protection. Now we are at the goggles. It's very, very important to protect your eyes. If you're riding motocross, supercross, enduro, hard enduro, whatever it is, can be roost from other riders, there can be branches and stuff, but you need to protect your eyes. So I have the 100% goggles with a small nose protector. And first I didn't use this one because I wanted to have more airflow, but then I hit a branch pretty nasty on my nose and cut a big cut it open, my nose, so I'm wearing the nose protector again. But if you are riding very slow and tactical riding, that can be a little bit of a problem with that your goggles are fogging. And then there is another option for you. I am using, when I'm riding very slow, these mountain bike glasses. They are protecting my eyes, and they have changeable lenses, so I can choose what kind of color I need, or if it's sunshine or not. And then you have a lot more airflow, and it's not fogging, and you still have the protection for your eyes. So this is a very good alternative if you have issues with your goggles fogging and so on. If you're riding enduro and hard enduro, you should probably wear a hydration pack. I have chosen the backpack. You can have one around your waist as well, but I have chosen this one. This one is not dedicated for enduro or something like that, but it has been working for me 4 years, so this is perfectly good. There is a bladder inside for 2 liters, and I also have space to put some snacks and stuff and tools and that. So this is the last piece of equipment I'm wearing, so it is a lot I'm wearing. The bladder is empty for the moment, so it looks a little bit strange. This is the gear that I'm wearing, an old vet rider, and in total with water in the hydration pack, this is 11 to 12 kilos of gear. That is a lot of stuff. But it hurts when you're crashing, and it takes time to heal, so for me it's worth it. If you want to check out some of the products, there are links in the video description below. And thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.